In this video, I am making it specifically for my 104 class at IUK. It deals with problem solving dealing with a system of linear equations, so it's section 3-2A and 3-2B. For those people that are in my class, like I've said in previous videos for this section, be sure and download the lecture notes. I'm trying to do one of every type of problem, and then you have another one in the notes where you can try it on your own, and you have the solutions there in those notes to see if you have it done correctly. Alright, so in this one we're going to be dealing with coin problems, which again, this is pretty common type of problem when you're working with a system of linear equations. Alright, so let's say Ken has 25 coins in nickels and dimes only, and has a total of $1.65. How many of each coin does he have? Alright, so like we have done in all of the other videos, we're going to define the variable, we're going to write a system of equations, and then we're going to solve it. So I'm going to start by defining my variables. You always go to the question and see what the question is asking for. How many of each coin does he have? That's going to be your clue as to how you're going to define your variables. So I've got nickels and dimes, so I'm going to let x equal the number of nickels, and y is going to be the number of dimes. Okay, so I've defined my variables. Now I'm going to come up with my system of equations, so I'll have something to solve. Alright, now they've told me that I have 25 coins total. So one of my equations is going to be written based on the number of coins. Alright, so number of nickels plus number of dimes has to equal 25 coins because that's how many I have total. Alright, now the second equation is going to come from the value of the coins. I've got nickels and I've got dimes. Nickels are 0.05 or 5 cents. Here, let's write that down, 0.05 or 5 cents, and dimes are 10 cents or 0.10. Okay, and they told me I've got a total of $1.65. Alright, so every nickel that I have is 0.05, so 0.05 times x. Every dime I have is 10 cents, so 0.10y, and I've got a total of $1.65. Okay, so there is our system of equation. One of them is always based on the number of coins, and the second one is going to be based on the value of the coins. Alright, at that point, once you have your system written, alright, it really is just a matter of being able to solve a system of linear equations. On this one, I think I am going to use substitution. I almost always use substitution. On occasion, if the problem works out nice, elimination can also be used. Alright, so if I'm going to do my substitution method, I'm going to go with my step one being solve one of the equations, or solve the first equation for x, whichever one happens to be the easiest. This first equation is the easiest to solve for x. So I'm going to solve for x. Alright, so I'm going to write x plus y is equal to 25. I'm going to go ahead and solve for x, which just means I'm going to subtract y from both sides. So x is equal to 25 minus y. Okay, so there again, I would not have had to have solved for x. I could have solved for y first. I just always solve for x first. Okay, now step two. I'm going to take that and substitute it into the second equation. So let's write down substitute into second equation. So I'm going to start by writing that second equation down in its original form. So 0.05x plus 0.10y is equal to the 1.65. Okay, now I'm going to take this 25y, substitute it in for x, purpose being so that I have an equation completely written in y and I can solve for y. So I'm going to have 0.05, replace the x with what it equals, 25 minus y, plus 0.10y is equal to $1.65. Okay, from here on out, it's just a matter of solving that equation with some algebra, distributing property, combining some like terms. So working this out, let's see, 0.05 times that 25 will give me $1.25 minus 0.05y plus 0.10y is equal to the $1.65. Okay, alright, at this point, combine some like terms. These two right here is usually where the mistake occurs because people drop that negative right there in front. You got to remember it's a negative 0.05 plus 0.10. Alright, so 1.25 plus 0.05 y is equal to that $1.65. Going ahead and subtracting $1.25 from both sides, I'm going to have 0.05. Y is equal to 0.4. Some of you might need a calculator to do this, but go ahead and divide by 0.05. You're going to get y equals 8. Or in other words, I'm going to have 8 dimes. Okay, so then last step would be to figure out how many nickels. So we're going to substitute back into that first equation. All right, so step 3, substitute into first equation. Abbreviate since I'm running out of room there. Okay, now again, that first equation, I've already solved that first equation for y over here, so I might as well just go ahead and use this one since I am trying to, I've solved this for x, so I might as well just go ahead and use this since I want to find x. So x is 25 minus y. I'm going to put in my 8. So 25 minus 8. 25 minus 8 is 17. So that means the number of nickels is 17. Alright, again, I would probably write some type of summary up here. I've got 17 nickels, and I've got 8 dimes. Okay, so after a while, like I said, after you get the hang of how to define the variables, how to write the system that you're going to be working with, the working out is literally something that is just solving a system of linear equations, and we've done lots of that in section 3-1, so we ought to be really proficient with this part of it. It's the defining the variables and writing that system, which is so important. Definitely thanks for watching. If the videos are helping, please be sure and share with your friends so they can benefit too, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thanks.